Gonna make the profiles boom, boom, boom. I said boom, boom, boom. What they is, man, what's good with it, in the hood with it. As you can tell right here on Gunner's Profiles, we're gonna get straight to it. None of them added preservatives, just real talk by a real one who really did it. Now, no more jumping sprees, no more late night creeps, no more jumper, right? As you guys seen what happened on the live last night, the first live that hasn't been canceled in several lives, on No Jumper, the platform for the people, by all kinds of different people, or actually it's for Adam, by Adam. This platform is the new death row. Seems like it's crumbling right before our eyes. And it's not crumbling because of the talent, because they bring on some very talented individuals, promote them, push them, but it's because of the drama, the constant drama from within. Now, shout out to AD, a real one, the realest one on No Jumper. That's a fact. Duno, T-Rail, all these individuals who on an individual basis do get their shine on. Orderly sharp, you know what I mean? I don't condone what you do, but I can't be mad at what you done, right? Now, that's just what it is. Now, when it comes to Adam, you know how I feel, man. I don't hate that man because his pockets are on explosion. I don't hate that man because he found his lane and his niche and he's doing what he does. He's going to continue to do that. I just don't agree with some of the things he does and how he goes about doing them. But as we can see by what happened last night, words spoken will get you choking, right? It will get you caught up. Now, last night, as the live was proceeding to press, there's been some things going on in the background, in the meantime, in between time, and word on the curb is that this guy Housephone had a bone to pick with Adam, 22, right? Because Adam made some alleged statements or brought an alleged, I don't know how I would say it, what pronoun, to what degree pronoun I would say. Anyways, he brought a lady man on there to say that they had indeed and in fact did some wild stuff with Housephone. Utterly, down my heart, utterly Housephone, not cell phone, Housephone, right? That he allegedly dibbled and dabbled in the company Inc., right? That he actually went the long way with this man guy, this I don't even know how to say it. You know, the guy that was a guy that is not a guy no more. Now, he felt some type of way. I'm sure Housephone felt some type of way. Whether he did or didn't do it, we're not here to discuss that. That's that man's prerogative. He could do what he wants to do, like Bobby Brown did Whitney, right? But at the end of the day, it's not a good look as far as YouTube when you're trying to stay inside of a closet because you're getting drugged out of there by your tippy toes. And Adam, being a good friend of Housephone, having known him for a while and having had him on the channel and him being a part of the No Jumper podcast and all that, it seems like he wouldn't air his homeboy out like that unless he had malicious intentions, you know, or he likes the drama. It was all a setup from the to your fed up. Now that's hard, right? And it seems like a lot of the things that happen on Adam's channel are setups, or they're looking that way. Have you noticed, Spence? I've noticed. You know that? Guard, you know that? Who cares if you noticed? I did. You know, the young Kelpie incident when Almighty took flight on Kelpie. They milked that for every little last drop they can get. And then where's Kelpie now? He's over there in Orange County selling oranges on the corner con Pinchy Paul Rodriguez, talking about 1,000,000 to 1. It's ugly, right? A lot of these guys are used and abused, chewed up and spit out. You know, you put your hand out and it seems like Adam spits in it. It's all about his pie. It's all about the poker table. And it's all about the golf tournaments, right? And everyone else, it's all about the plate, though. When the stuff went down with American Cholo, where was Adam? So I thought it's all put it that, right? He had to go to a poker tournament, so AD and Duno held it down. 50 rolled up, 50 gave love. It was all love. AD held it down like a real one does. A very street reputable individual with credibility because he's been there doing that. I know this man could do it on his own. He does it on his own. This is just a stepping stone on the way to a throne, homie. A king in the streets as well as on the court. Now, trip out. When it comes to Adam, a very peculiar individual. Seems like he's a schemer, right? Seems like he lives off the sweat of the black and the brown man's brow. But you know, we don't want to make it racial. We just want to make it crucial and press and apply pressure when I say it's just funny how this channel that a lot of people look towards or look forward to watching based on, you know, the hip hop genre, the urban flavor that's there. Everybody wants to see what's going on. And I'm going to lie. I'm subscribed, right? That's a fact. I want to see what's going to happen next because it went from being a real show like the Steve Wilkes show, right, to being Maury. I am not the father. It's like Jerry Springer over there. It's crumbling. Now, we all know about Death Row Records. Okay, I'm not talking about the new Death Row. I'm talking about the 90s. I'm talking about Big Suge. I said, I'm a thug around this mother. Right? We're talking about Big Suge, right? And how people were getting choked out, drinking pee-pee and all kinds of things. You thought, oh my, right? It was just ugly over there. Death Row became a place where if you jumped ship or you tried to abandon ship, you were going to get ridiculed and DP'd for your cowardice acts. Hey, if you made a mistake, homeboy, what they did to you wasn't a mistake. Or maybe it was in the eyes of the general law. But I don't know. At the same time, you decipher that how you will. Let's just say Death Row crumbled from within because the head of the ship didn't know where to sail. Okay, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and you're only as strong as your leader will take you. If he has a game plan, orderly, Joe Montana, we're throwing the rice every time. You guys get that? But what about you? He catches, you can't. And that's it. And that's why they won all the Super Bowls, right? If a leader knows how to lead and what he's supposed to do, well then hike. And that's, but it seems like Adam in the beginning did definitely know how to lead. He went out there and found the right individuals and placed the right people at the right time where he needed them, and where the chips fell, they lie. But lately, it seems like he's basically ostracizing people and going to cannibalizing his own people. If you've noticed what I've noticed, I don't know, depends on, maybe I see things that are not there. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to wax the lenses on my lens, or the lenses on my lenses. Pensa. I get twisted sometimes too. Now, one thing is for sure, and this is facts. Last night, because of Adam putting all Housephone's business on the calles, the word on the curb, letting it be known what a good homeboy that is. Gee shucks, by golly. You're like Huckleberry Finn in a Mark Twain novel. I said, you're just the best guy we ever met. He put his homeboy on blast. Whether it's true or not, we're not here to argue the facts. Te va a get a mamada from about the name Juan, $1 million to him, right? And that's just what it is. But he did that to his own homeboy. And so, of course, what does he do now? Oh, it took 2 or 3 weeks to get a live going. But when he finally does, who's on there? Housephone. Well, ain't that a coincidence? Who didn't see that one coming? You know what I mean? Hunt before you pull around the corner. Who didn't see that one coming? I know I seen that one coming. Do you see that one coming? We seen it. So he brings the drama on there. And what do you think was going to happen? As they started to get, and everyone's watching, I'm not even going to put a clip because if I do, Adam will cry about it and they'll take my video down. But what do you think happened? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Housephone felt some type of way. And I think the key turning point to that conversation is when Adam started talking about his mother. When he mentioned paying for a funeral, and when he mentioned that he came out the pockets like he's the big one. He played the victim role to the T. You know his move. That's his favorite move. It's not the Heisman. It's the I got to get out of here because I see one of the wise men, right? That's exactly what it was. And Housephone could have went about it better. I don't condone violence or none of that. He could have talked it down. Instead, he tried to walk it out, and he threw the super big gulp in his face. Now, Adam took the jacket off like he was going to do something, and then he hit one of those, gee golly shucks, and he left. He went to go play poker. Eventually, they did talk it out, and they sat back down, and of course, conversations were held, and it is so on and so forth, beep, beep, boop, 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 whatever it is whatever it ain't, right? But what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. Slowly but surely, no jumper is becoming no more jumper. Have we seen the last of this? Isn't it getting old watching grown men fight and argue all the time? I know even in my instance with individuals that want to fight and argue with me all the time, that done been got old, right? I'm tired of that. Bro, stop it already. If you stop it, I will never say nothing. Just let it go already. You know what I mean? I know the Scotty is good where you're from in that area, but Benza Homes and Latina, you know what I mean? Just stop twisting the oil burner over there in Arizona, man. Stop it. That's just the way it goes, right? Now, one thing I know is for sure, and this is facts, I do understand and I do know that in certain situations, when you argue with people, when you fight, when you ridicule each other, people just look at it as like, man, this is getting old fast. When you're doing it and you're cannibalizing your own people, the people that you rock with, your strong team, that's even worse. It's like, man, go out there and get another rap sit them down and do that. See, if there's no drama, people like to create it. The creativity around here, create drama. And it seems like that's what Adam's doing. He could have, once that man woman got at Adam and said, hey, this is what went down with your homeboy behind the scenes one time, you know what I mean? Adam could have said, well, gee, that ain't cool, right? And called his homeboy like, hey, man, this Vato's over here saying this. What Vato? I don't know that Vato that's wearing a miniskirt. He's over here saying that you did this and baby the boom, and you even went and took him to get his nails done, right? And his toes. Well, it's Ben's on the theater. I'll be there right now. Well, hurry up. I thought I'm going to hold him here till you get here. So you could talk to him, right? And bam, that's what real ones do. But instead, is that a turn the camera on, hurry up, right? And then boom, he filmed it. You know, Poetic Flacco's over there blogging, and it's next thing you know, we're all hearing about it, and this Vaulto's exposed from the head to the toes. Oh, baby, I think he loved him from head to toe, but that's just my opinion. So now, what happens next? What we seen last night on the live. Super big gulps getting thrown. Slurpee everywhere. You know, and then how does it end up? Oh, they're cool at the end. Oh, who would have seen that one? Who would have thunked that one out, right? Oh, we ain't seen that before. We ain't seen that before on YouTube. That never happened. No, this is the first time. Them jokes, y'all, right? Other than toothpick. You ever seen soap run down the crack of a man? You know what I mean? You understand where I'm coming from, gente? It's all played out. It's a narrative. It's WWE, homeboy. We already know who's going to win at the end. Adam's going to win. No one else is. Because at the end of the day, even though Housephone's cool with it now, all right, that's cool, Adam. We good. He's still, everyone knowing, I think you're over there. No more shopping spree. You're over there with the man-child doing your thing, right? And we already know, you know, AD's in the background like, man, I'm tired of saving this spot. Because he's always like one with common sense, saving everything. You know, when Poetic Flacco, when they were going in on Poetic Flacco, roasting him, people wanting to fight him, people going in bad on him, and I don't like Poetic Flacco as far as I could throw him, which ain't too far, right? But, you know, all this, AD again, hey, man, give that man his just due, his benefit of the doubt, man, his due process. You know, that's what real ones do. Real ones from the streets that have credibility and know what time it is. They say, man, don't bully that man. Just let that man do his thug dizzle. I'm a thug around this mother. You know what I mean? And that's it. Now, when it comes to Duno, he's very quiet. Somos Mexicano. That's what they do, bro. Post it up. You know what I mean? Real ones do real things. Ain't got nothing more to say. Because at the end of the day, man, it's just a stepping stone to get to his bag. You know, Adams went that route before. Talk about lawnmowers and people cutting his weeds and all kinds of stuff. And we ain't even going to elaborate and go into too much of that because it's already been put out there. And Gil held his own American controller. Yes, indeed, he wrote graffiti all over the No Jumper bus. And now it seems like it's crumbling and caving in from within. Death row, homie. It's happened before. We've seen it play out in the 90s. If you remember, it wasn't nothing but a G thing till it wasn't. Next thing you know, Suge's locked up forever. Snoop now owns it, and he's turning it into an NFT. And you got all kinds of other things going on. Corrupt just ain't corrupt no more. And Daz just doesn't got the as anymore. It's just D, right? It's just different. And Tupac is no longer with us. Pensa La Tira and Dr. Dre is still doing Dr. Dre things. And that's just what it's going to be like. And that's the same thing here, is you have a whole cast of characters that formulated this group, which is No Jumper. It's not just one man. He might be the owner. He might have been the brainchild. It might be his podcast. At the end of the day, he gets all the feria. He's the jefe. He's the boss. You know what I mean? But he's not what makes that show go. It's the personalities, the characters, the lives, the everything. Everything thrown into it, man. The promotion of music, of urban-based reality. That's what we look forward to, man. Realness. You know, but when it's just a whole bunch of drama and people smutting each other up, no, I didn't put that up. Poetic Flacco put that up. I didn't tell him to put it up, but he put it up, even though it's my channel and I had the last say and I pressed OK and enter. He's still the one that wrote it out. I beg to differ one time for your mind. I ain't trying to be no hater or no criminal. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be real, right? Because that's what we expect right here from Gunners Profiles, as well as Gunners Collective. Like and subscribe. We're going to do our thing. It's going to continue to be real. Now, I do this. I'm a one-man band, homeboy, a one-man show. I don't need other people to help me grow. I'm going to continue to get paid to do what I do because I do it. This is called the wild thing. And I'm going to live. You know, for how long, I don't know, but I'm going to try. One thing I do know for sure is I don't hate the No Jumper podcast. I'm actually a subscriber and a supporter. I'm just not a supporter of the nonsense and the drama and the bullshit. Pensa La Tira, that's just the way it is. That's how I rock. With what happened last night, what do I think about it? What's my perspective? A lot of people ask me. I was on live with JT, the bigger figure, figuring out some other stuff last night. Shout out to my boy Fig, man. Real one came through. Shout out to Julio Gotos, another real one, man, who they had a conversation. If you don't know, now you know. And it's all worked out, man. That man apologized to the Mexicans, and he didn't even really have to because he didn't do nothing wrong, but he chose to, man. And that's a real one right there. So I got Fig on the line last night. He hopped on the live with me and Dubs, and we were able to ask him some of the crucial questions that everybody wanted to know. So while I'm doing that, in the meantime, in between time, the word on the curb is people are getting Slurpees thrown on their heads. Now, it wasn't no Slurpee throwing over here where we were at. We were just doing what we does, cuz in a real way, for the raza by the raza. Now, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that No Jumper cannot be salvaged or saved because they have a lot of support. That just means Adam needs to get his together before it's too late. Because at the end of the day, people start turning, Holmes. I'm cool with this. I don't want to watch that. They don't even fight. They just throw Slurpees. Now, Almighty, he got off where he was mad at. But, I mean, he got off on the littlest, smallest guy with braces on that they could find off the streets. They didn't pluck them right off the streets, right under the bridge with two pirujas. I told you, one smelled like Sabaco. The other one, her hair was stuck to her face, looking like two blown-out Britney Spears, straight cabbage. Lechuga. It was ugly. But one thing I do know is for sure, in facts, is if they don't get it together over there, it's a sinking ship. My perspective on it, it was not a setup. I don't think it was a setup, but I think they knew that there was going to be some type of drama. It's like WWE, man. It's just kind of real, but you know who's going to win at the end? That's exactly what it was. He got his sprinkle him in, brother. He got his Hulk Hogan on last night, only when he could walk, and that's just what it'd be like. Anyways, with that being said, man, I'm going to throw this one out there for you. There's my perspective on the fight last night, or what was to be a Slurpee throwing contest. Adam didn't look like he wanted that smoke. Definitely didn't want that smoke. Housephone did what he does because he got pulled up out the closet. But I think more so he wasn't even concerned with that. Because when it's the truth or it's semi-truth, you can't really be too mad. You just got outed. You never doubted, right? I think it was more so of the disrespect Adam did towards his mother. Now, what kind of guy does that? I paid for a funeral, homie. Like, hold up. You didn't the homie gave me $25. You know what I mean? To make me holler. That man is ugly. Anyways, with that being said, there it is, my perspective. I think it was nonsense. I think it was utter nonsense. I think it was semi-setup, and that's what I think. Spend San Latira. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, if you want to be a real one and do real things, then get up out there and work for your bag. Don't depend on Adam to give you anything because he's too busy playing poker with what you've earned. And you already know what it is. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, and this is just my opinion, you can hit me with the thumbs down. If he's going to be the head that wears this crown, I'm going to continue to strive and honestly struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys the best possible content I could bring. I can only do what I can do. I said I can only do what I can do. And that's it. I can't do nothing more, nothing less. But I'm from the something about the West Coast. Shh. Don't tell everybody. You already know what it is, man. Like and subscribe. Hit your boy up one time for your mind. The IG is open. We stay loking. Bang, bang. The gun.